Welcome, you beautiful people. It's podcast 1 of the Sandbag Show with Kendall and William. Let's get into it. Welcome, people. Dude, it's the first podcast. Let's do some introductions. I'm Kendall McNelly. I'll be your host all these podcasts. I've done like a season of drum corps very poorly. And this is my co-host, William Anger. What, you did like a week of high school?
I mean, if you add up the time that I was actually there, I would say it comes to about a week, yeah.
Yeah, you just skipped all the time.
Hey, man, I was good at it, though.
I don't know about that one.
I like to think.
This is a terrible way to open a podcast. Oh, well. Dude, week's events. You have a new place, don't you?
Yeah, I got a new place. That's been the most stressful experience of my life, if you just want me to be 100% honest. Like, I know it's so cliche.
Yeah, a little bit.
Everybody talks about it. It's just like, bills, man.
Bills.
I bought
life.
I bought a couch and a bed for the first time in my life, and it's like,
dude,
you got to think like people bought those for us, man. Shout out to those guys.
Shout outs to, well, yeah, I would say parents, but not a lot of. Okay. Dude, I will say though, your bed is incredible.
It's the best purchase I've ever made in my entire life. Yeah, it vibrates. It moves up both the feet and the head. It's insane.
I don't like those beds, but until I got on your bed and you're like, bro, try this. It was incredible.
You can't describe how good it is, and it feels too good for what it is.
I agree.
It just moves, but it's just another place to be.
Yeah, and as much as like, again, not complaining because my bed was a hand-me-down. It's an excellent bed. But I got into your bed, and it was just like, it's heaven. It really is.
$1,400 of comfortability, baby.
Good grief. Was that just the mattress, or was that like?
No, the mattress was like $800, and then the base, which it was like $399, but I got an upgrade for free because they were like 4 weeks later in the delivery.
Oh, looky there.
So it should have been like $699 for all the vibration and stuff. It has like an underlight. Psh, I'll be riding in style. Put wheels on my bed.
That's awesome. Dude, I will say, we were pulling this out of the mattress store, and you were like, bro, we'll just fold it and put it in my car. And my first instinct was like, why are you going to fold a mattress? That's terrible. And then I realized that your mattress folds automatically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then you put it on top of my car, and driving down the road, it falls off of my car.
Yeah. No. It slipped.
It
slipped.
And
it was on. It was on there.
I had to pull
it just
over.
caught wind, bro. That's it.
Caught wind.
God.
Just literally didn't put one of the straps on. So
No. I literally
side.
didn't. I thought I had it on all sides. Because I was behind you. I was just tailing you. And I turned on, like, the music or whatever. And that was ridiculous. I saw this, like, mattress flying at me. I was like, what? It's fine. God. Yo, so you have not been here for our meetings for this podcast. So what do you think of, like, the set you got?
I was here when it was nothing. So I'm pretty impressed with it, but
I was here in the beginning. Okay,
it was just a room, just space. But no, it's pretty cozy, man.
Oh, you're talking about like the studio.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I meant like the set that we have, like the background.
Oh man,
the little shako we got here. Don't you like that? We got two things for this set: a green screen and a shako. That's it. That's all we got.
We got microphones and cameras.
Does that add to the set?
I would say so.
Oh, okay.
Imagine if we didn't have microphones or cameras.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I was really thinking about it though, and I don't know. I was just so filled with like actually starting the podcast that I really want a mascot. I want like an actual sandbag mascot.
Somebody to wear the shako.
Dude, that'd be nice, bro. Honestly though, that would be. Do you think they make like custom sandbags somewhere?
I don't think that's a thing, Kendall.
That's probably a thing.
Make it a thing.
Okay, let's just go into business together for making sand. Actually, we'll get endorsed by like the military or something.
The military for custom sandbags.
We'll have it for like, I don't know, each branch. They have like their own insignia or whatever.
I go to college in like 2 months. I just be like, send me to the degree that gets me where I can make sandbags.
Bro, you got a sandbag degree?
Degree.
That's terrible. You start college soon?
Yeah, I haven't even started that. So when I say this is the most stressful thing in my life, I have bills and college bills.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, William graduated this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy graduation.
It was the worst. I had zero closure. I went from something to nothing.
Oof.
It was like we were there on a Friday, and they were like, yo, take your computers home. And then we didn't come back. It was
That was really weird because, like, I taught at the same high school, and I was like, I don't know, the director was like, hey, we're kind of up in the air. So I was like, all right, I'll see my kids next week or whatever. Nope, not again.
Oh, yeah.
Literally had so much stuff for him, too. And I was just like, well, whatever. It was all right, though.
Hey, man.
That kind of makes me sad because I didn't go to college. I'm not going to college. And so when I went on graduation, I, like, balled out.
Yeah.
I had my honor cord for, like, band, and then I was in our normal colors because I didn't graduate with honors.
Yeah.
I took a ton of honor classes, but whatever. But I had that the All-American. I don't even know what it's
They told you specifically not to wear it.
Yeah, facts. So there was like 2 teachers, like the Karen teachers, that were like, "You can't wear that. It's not school related.
You can't do it."
I was like, "Bro, I made the All-American marching band. Let me wear this."
What are you gonna do when I walk out there?
Yeah. And then I think the principal came up and was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's fine. What?
It's already there.
Yeah, what are we gonna do about it?"
Don't make a scene.
Yeah. It was okay. It was
Karen teachers, man.
Karen teachers. Yeah, you know those.
Can't deal with them.
Yeah, we went to the same high school. For those of you who don't know, you're gonna not know a lot of this, so we'll slowly explain this to you, our lives, but not right now.
Our connection.
Yeah, we've been best friends for a long time.
We've been friends for a while.
Yeah.
But best friends for 4 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
3 years? I don't know.
But we've been friends for 7.
Yeah, for sure. We actually, you hated me for quite a while.
You hated me.
Okay,
sir.
Yeah.
It started with you.
Yeah. What concert were we at? That I made that comment.
We weren't in concert. We were practicing for a concert. We were just in class.
Okay. Yeah. So our middle school it's not a big middle school, and we had we smushed together the 7th and 8th grade. Like that was like.
Well, no. Okay, this is a long time ago. I was in 6th grade.
Oh.
Like I said, I like to think I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I was playing with the 7th and 8th grade in their
concert.
concert. And so I had never met this man before. I was in 6th grade, playing with the 7th and 8th grade.
Facts.
I remember being so stressed out about it. I was like, dang, these guys are balling. I'm just in 6th grade. And I'm sitting there, and I'm practicing. I'm sweating. And he turns around with a beanie on, and he goes, I just want you guys to know, I hate all of you. And that's the first thing that he ever said to me. And 2 weeks later, I was at his house. And
yeah, 2 weeks? That soon?
It was pretty soon, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the concert wasn't because we came after soon after the concert, and we didn't have many rehearsals.
Yeah, right. And I was I was in 8th grade, right? Yeah, so I was like band captain, so to speak, for the middle school. So what a way to introduce myself to the lower people.
The low brass.
Lower people. Yeah, I turned to all. I think I had a few friends that knew that I was joking, but you being in 6th grade, you were like, "Oh God!"
I was like, "The cool guy doesn't like me, man."
Oh no!
I remember when my brother asked me if we wanted to go over to your house. I was like, "McNelly, Kendall McNelly." He was like, "Yeah, he's got a big TV.
He's got an Xbox.
I'm there."
I don't even that first day was really awkward. I feel like because I didn't know you, and I knew your brother.
It's so long ago, man. I can't imagine a world where I can't just walk into your house.
Yeah, facts.
I know where the key's at.
Yeah, true. Very true. If you're ever at my house, it's in the where do we keep it?
The refrigerator?
The fridge. Yeah, the fridge and the butter compartment.
Outside fridge.
Yeah. That's like a southern thing. It's like you get a new fridge and you're like, well, I'm not gonna throw away this other fridge, so I'm just gonna put it in my garage.
Put it outside, dude.
And sometimes you don't keep anything in there. You're just like, meh. I don't know.
I want a house that has just 2 fridges, just in the kitchen.
Just like in the same kitchen.
Yeah, just in the same kitchen, side by side, the exact same model.
And have it be like a hand-me-down or something. Like get 2 hand-me-downs for the same person.
Same person.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It'd be hard. You could do it though. Shoot, that's really funny. So you had you were talking about this before the podcast. What you had a broken horn at one point. No, you fixed other people's horns.
Yes. Okay, so it all started one
Very
day.
poorly, I would add.
Well, very poorly. Say that to all the people who came asking me to fix their horn. Okay? It all started one day when one of our good friends, her name is Leanna, she just got up there in class, and I can't tell you exactly what happened, but she fell over and ended up denting her French horn that she was borrowing from the school that we go to.
Ooh, okay, that makes sense.
And I get my friend, his name is Dylan, he plays trumpet, and we go into the other room and just start hacking away at this thing with like a screwdriver in our hands, and just like we're getting this dent out. It's like we're weakening the metal, whatever, we don't care. And like from afar, the dent is out, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so word gets around, William and Dylan fixed my horn, and like they did it in like 5 minutes, like we were on it. And so we just have people, person after person, coming to us every time they drop their horn. Anything happens with their horn, they're like, "Yo, you need to fix this." We were like trying to fix dents in tubas, trombone, all the brass instruments. Like, eventually, we had one person in each section coming to us, and we just started calling ourselves the horn mechanics.
Look at you.
It was so,
out.
dude. It was so awesome. The worst time was somebody's baritone or marching euphonium had dropped, and the bell was just like folded, man. Like enough pressure, and you could have touched the bell together.
Oof.
Oh, it was so bad. We were just like hitting it with like a screwdriver with another screwdriver. We were just banging on it, like trying to get the dent to where like from afar, or maybe if you squint your eyes enough, it just doesn't look that bad.
That's rough.
And then as we're doing it, our high school teacher walks in, and we're just ting 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 on this freaking marching euphonium, and he's just so gullible. We were just like, throw it down. He's like, "What's up, man?" Like,
Well, it was also too like we had some old horns.
Yeah.
Old horns. Like
Weak.
we just okay, long story short, our high school in the county was like the poorest high school, and we also were like last to get anything.
Yeah.
Because a tornado hit the other school, and then the other school was new school.
Yeah.
So we were just like the last in line.
It's not like it was a terrible high school.
No.
It was literally just last. Like the other two have an auditorium. We're getting ours soon. Stuff like that.
Yeah. And it was also like the fact that like it wasn't that like our band director like neglected the fact. It was just like there were other things that it was so many other things.
Who needs a new marching euphonium when the other one just kind of looks bad? Because you had two students who were like, tell somebody about it, have a professional fix it.
Good grief.
I'm gonna hit it with screwdrivers.
I'll tell you what though, hit it with screwdriver. By the way, we don't condone fixing your own horn by like bending it.
I do.
Don't do that. That's a terrible idea.
If you're scared and you have a professional or at least a horn mechanic.
A professional. What, you in high school?
They say experience. It just helps everything.
Experience?
I've done like
You got
like
experience?
7 horns now. Each horn was better than the last one.
Yeah, I can't imagine that first horn.
Like I said, man, you just gotta like look at it and then stop looking at it, or you're gonna notice.
I'll tell you what though, like okay, so drum corps, it's almost as if your horn, like if you got a brand new horn and you gave it to a high school, it would be trashed within 10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
And then in drum corps, it's like 5 years of a high school using it all in like 3 months.
Yeah.
Because of how much we do.
Yeah,
We're doing it every day. One thing that my horn like just didn't get off was tarnish. Like we have gloves on, but there's like a little part of like your wrist for like mellophones, and it hits a tuning slide. And so like there was just this black streak of tarnish, and I was like, and it was my first year in drum corps, so I was like, I don't know what to do. Like I've ruined the horn, like, and I was like freaking out. And come to find out that like they redo them and then they sell them again. So it's they buy new horns every year, so it's whatever. But we did have so we had one. We called it bus horn, and something happened. And again, this wasn't like anyone's fault. Ethan, do you think you could pull up bus horn? It's in the Google Drive and pod. I don't know. You can find it. We had this horn. We were pulling out. I think what happened is they asked us to like reorganize the buses, like where we parked, and our loading crew had already started unloading. And so as our bus was like backing up or whatever, it got caught like in the wheel hub. Right. Like the whole case and everything was just like shoved in there. And like we just heard this massive like crunch. It was just destroyed. And we go to find this horn and we pull it out. It's mangled. One of my good friends is that pulled out? Good Lord. Yeah, the case took most of the impact. But yeah, it was demolished. What's funny though is that again, drum corps, a lot of money, not like a high school. This is the only thing we have to do is fix horns. And so, and this was on the field like
been there.
2 weeks later.
Yep, I should have been there, man.
What, you're going to fix that?
Would have been 1 week.
Do you see that lead pipe right there? That's terrible.
How many screwdrivers did you guys have on hand?
Screwdriver's not going to fix that, bro. Not going to fix that.
You've never seen these hands with screwdrivers.
Didn't someone hit on our they sit on our band director's horn? What happened with that?
Oh, dude. Okay.
That was a trombone, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Or excuse me, a trombone.
A trombone. It was a trombone. It was. Okay, so for a little bit of background on this story,
Yeah.
I need to describe the relationship between this student and the band director that we had. And let's just say this student was
This was our the previous one, right?
previous one. What?
Like before the one that we had in high school, right? Like way before.
No.
No?
Is
Okay.
it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It might have been. I've just heard the stories, man.
Okay, word.
So, okay. So the story is that the student, he just didn't have a good relationship with the band director.
Wasn't he like very antagonistic?
He thought he was good at like marching, but he wasn't good at marching.
So he's just bad?
He's just one of those guys, man. He just didn't catch on as fast as some of the other people.
Okay.
But when he thought, he was like, I'm really good, Our band, the band director wasn't having it. And so he
This
broke
sounds
his horn.
terrible already.
However, he broke his horn, however
Yeah.
kids break their horn in high school. And they had a show to perform. And so the band director at the time
Yeah.
he had to lend his horn, his own personal horn, to the student
That's a bad
to
that's a
perform
bad
the
move.
show.
Yeah.
But, show must go on. Had to happen. And it was just this beautiful horn, just expensive. And he leaves it in the stands. And as they're coming up from performing, after they take the break after halftime, he just, being careless or whatever, just sits on the horn.
Sits on it?
Sits on it.
That's ridiculous.
Like, the slide of a trombone just
Yeah.
came over and is like, I've seen pictures. It just is touching the bell.
No.
I don't know how. He wasn't like a big dude. He was like hefty, but it just completely folded. It looked like
That's
it had
ridiculous.
been smashed. And he had to take this horn
Oh,
just
no.
carry it. The walk of shame.
And
He was
here's
like,
the thing, like you can't really fix that.
I mean, even if you bend it back, it's just going to snap.
Yeah, and not only that, but like that slide's gonna be messed up.
Oh,
for,
yeah.
like the longest time.
It's a trombone, man. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
That's garbage.
Oh, I wish I was there so bad for the walk. Just the walk of. So,
that's
your horn?
terrible.
Sorry about it.
That's awful. Yeah, I had the first mellophone I ever got. So, long story short, for those of you who march mellophone in high school, you'll understand this. Some high schools have mellophones, and then some have marching French horns, which you have to put a French horn mouthpiece in, and it's totally different fingerings.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not even French horn fingering. It's like a mix of It's weird. It's super weird.
I don't know.
Don't ever marching
I play
French horns.
trombone.
Yeah, god awful. So I recently, like senior year, I got a mellophone, and it was like brand new. Granted, it was a King, not a good one, but it was brand new. It was so nice. I'm like pulling down the podium for this was like after the show or whatever, and it had already been like a rough night. I was just like not having it, those days. And I was just like,
Those
you know what?
shows.
I'll just take the podium by myself, blow off some steam by taking this thing down. And the back thing like caught a rock or something, and I had my horn in my other hand, and it just went and just got destroyed. Yeah, there was just like this big dent in like the front of the bell, and like you could totally see it from wherever you went. And it's not one of those that's like on the outside where you can just like get a screwdriver or whatever. It was like in the bell. It was like at the top, and so it's like, what am I gonna do?
Man, speaking of broken horns and breaking your own horn, my buddy Dylan, the other horn mechanic,
Oh yes,
he has a trumpet, and it's his own personal trumpet that is.
Did the mechanic break his own horn?
Oh, dude, how he broke it though is the funny part. Because he spins his trumpet on his finger. I don't know how to describe it. I can't do it.
God.
He just like
Okay.
spins it around and it like flows. I don't know. Trumpet
Yes,
players are cool.
I know exactly.
And we're sitting on the field, the practice field, just chilling. We had a set where we were just like right next to each other, and he's spinning it, and we're just kind of talking. And then the band director calls for us to get in set, or no, rest, because he had it down by his side, and so he's just holding his trumpet. And this dude who spins his trumpet around, he throws it. I've seen him throw it on several occasions. Is just holding his trumpet next to his side, and I swear to God, he just dropped it.
He just dropped
just
it
next to his side, just
Oh
standing
my-
completely still.
That's
just
awful.
Drops his horn, and it goes dink and falls over.
What?
Oh, it was so bad.
And that was his first horn, right?
No, that's his newest horn.
That was
Yeah.
his newest horn.
Yeah.
I know that horn. That's that's a good horn. Gosh,
Yeah, he just
Dylan.
drops it, man. I don't even understand.
Did he fix that?
Nah, because it was one of those ones.
Nah, I just didn't fix it.
There are certain dents on bells, man, that certain horn mechanics can't fix.
Oh,
When
like
it's too-
professionals
When
like you
it's-
guys?
When it's too far down the bell, it's like that tough metal. Screwdriver can't really get in
Tough
there.
metal. Yes, we're using very professional terms here.
Yes, sir. Professional terms, tools. Got my screwdriver.
Where did you like? Did you just have a screwdriver with you? Like,
No, we went to the closet in the band room and used his tools to bang on his horns.
so you just didn't, as professionals, you just didn't even own your own tools.
Why would we when we have tools around all the time?
Tools around all the time.
I could use this table to get a dent out. Anything.
I for some reason I don't believe that.
I wouldn't either.
Okay. Well, I do know one of my mellophones. I won't mention his name, but he knows who he is. He's listening right now. I know for a fact.
Ooh.
And I'm not going to say how many horns he ruined because I know. So we had this set last year. We had these. You saw the show.
Yeah.
We have. We start the show by making the big 2 arcs around this middle line. It's offset. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And then once the arc is set, we set our horns down there and then go create 2 lines that are like intersecting that. And so we set our horns down, and this is like I think we're like still in spring training by then. So we really hadn't like done a show yet with this.
New-ish.
Yes, yeah. So the choreo was we had a couple little dance things like in the line, and then we were supposed to jazz run from the line all the way out, like in a cascading, like a ripple effect,
Right.
all the way to our horns. And some people had like big, long ways to go, and so that's why we jazz run. And then other people had like little baby steps. And so for the longest time, we were just like bing, 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 like trying to get in time.
Jazz tiptoeing.
Yeah. It was terrible. And one of our techs was like, hey, this looks so dumb. Like, fix this. Just walk. And for the longest time, like, so we have to jazz run to the horn, and then we have to, like, ground roll to it. So it's not like us getting to it, picking it up. Like, we have to ground roll. And so if you miss or, like, don't, like, set up that ground roll really well, you're screwed.
You're going to end up not where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. So it's not only are you messing up the drill set, but it's so fast. So, like, ground roll, pick up the horn, you're up, like, in, like, two counts, and then you snap the horn. And so, like, all super, super fast. This was, like, 192.
It's supposed to be all super, super together.
Yeah. 192. It was not together for a long time.
I said it's supposed to be.
Definitely my fault for a long time.
I know.
But this dude had the shortest drill set. He was on the very, very end. And he goes over and he does his roll, and we were just practicing the roll. And I hear, like the mellophone just flipped. And he goes, oh, no. And he pulls over the horn. I'm like, what'd you do? And he was like, dude, okay, and he's like freaking out. It was squished. It was like legit. He took his foot and went, bing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you know what a mellophone looks like. It just literally like compacted. It was just like,
Little tiny mellophone.
yeah, it was bad. It was like all the valves were inset too. And okay, it wouldn't be that bad because it was like the whole thing and not just like the lead pipe or whatever. But like you hold it up and you have to hold it like at an angle so it would like stay, vertical.
Did he try and play it off? Like, this hasn't happened.
Oh yeah, like he didn't touch that thing. Like the thing in drum corps is like they're like, hey, is your horn messed up? And we're like, maybe. No, we just tell them and they go get it fixed. But yeah, I mean accidents like that happen in drum corps, which is understandable. But this dude, like, I don't know, you were just like, how do you step on your horn? That's just ridiculous. And this dude has been like a 3-year vet, like. I think this was his second year, was my rookie year, and then he marched like another corps. So like he had some experience.
Oh yeah.
So I give him a ton of crap for it all the time. So we called it squish horn, and then there were like 1 or 2 other people that did it as well, did the same thing, and we called them squish horn 2 and 3. I think we just numbered them after that. But yeah, squish horn was bad. I forget where we were. We were in Allentown. This was like a big regional for DCI, and I want to say we weren't in Allentown. We were in some old regional. I don't really remember, but we were the headliner. It was like, we're going in. We're the people that other people want to see. We were going on last, and I'm in warm up, and I'm like, I'm digging it. I'm feeling myself. I'm like getting it. This is like I'd spent all season being terrible, and I was like, this warm-up feels really good. I'm going to ball out.
I've had those.
Yeah.
Those warm-ups, man.
And I was getting it. We were doing it across the floors, and so we were like in this parking lot, metronome's going, or like a block or whatever, and So we're doing like this snap horn thing
Right.
where we get up to the line, snap the horn, step off, or on the step off, we snap the horn.
Yeah.
And so like on a mellophone, we use the ring a little bit just as like stability, but we mainly like grab the valves in a weird way and use that to snap. Well, my pinky ring, unbeknownst to me, was just loose. And so I literally go snap my horn, and it goes, and then I hear ting, ting, ting.
Just loose.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. So I guess I had like messed around with it because it was getting loose anyways. Well, the pinky ring left. One, that was really hard because I was like, well, I'm not just going to step out of the warm-up.
Right.
Like, I'm going to finish the rep, you know? And so I just held my horn up, and it was like shaky and weird, and I was like, what is going on? And as a rookie, I'm like, I just messed up this horn. I already have tarnish in the horn. I was just freaking out.
Man, your pinky ring's got to feel like, I don't know, like your big toe or something.
Yeah. And it's just like, this is weird. It's not that like I couldn't do without it, but it was just like, and so long story short, I had to like get squish horn. It was like either squish horn or no ring. And here's the thing, like I couldn't just march the show with no ring because we had one-handed sets where we had to like play and be on the ground. Like there was like a big mellow feature where we're like sitting on the ground and playing one-handed. And so it was like, you can't do that if you're like trying to hold on to a mellophone.
No pinky ring is not happening, dude.
Yeah, it was, and I marched with no pinky ring.
Oh.
I was like, no, I'm not using squish horn. Plus, it felt weird, and I already had like an embouchure issue that year. I don't know. I was a terrible rookie.
Oh, the embouchure, man.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, fix everything about that.
Yeah.
Or don't come back.
It was literally okay. So, good tech Scott, love Scott. And I can mention his name because he's really awesome. We get in, it was like second week of spring training, and we do these like video assignments over the summer to keep in tabs before we hit spring training. And so if you didn't complete it or you didn't get a high enough score, which was a 90, we had to redo them in spring training. And so this one was like, it was stupid. It was a G minor scale, and it was 2 octaves. And for mellophone, it went from low D to on the staff D to above D. And
Big D.
Yeah, big D. And it was above a high C. And for me, I was like, well, I'm on second mellophone. I can't hit this. And all of my VAs like really showed that. I was like, I can't do this. It was supposed to be like open or like 1 and 2. And I was like, neither of these work.
I have a slide.
Yeah. Loser. And so I'm doing this
Maybe
VA. One day. And I get in, and Scott's like, hey, I want to hear this VA. And I'm just cracking. I'm just I can't even get up to like an A or a B flat.
I've had those too, where it's like,
It's
I know I can't do this whole thing as good as you want me to, but I know I can do it better than this.
Yeah. And you're just feeling terrible because you have this like deity in front of you.
Just confidence.
You know? And you're just like plummeting. And
so funny.
Scott like gets closer to my face, like not creepy, but like I was playing, and then like he was in front of me, and then like he caught this like side eye, and then he literally like got closer to my face and was like, hey, so has anyone told you about your embouchure? And I was
so
like,
good. What about it?
I was like, what do you mean? He was like, that looks kind of bad.
Change it completely. Restart.
So for brass players, you'll understand this. I was like, the higher I went, so okay, you know how you point your air down to go higher? That's like a technique that's part of how you move into the upper register. I took that to heart, and then while I was in the off season, I was developing super bad habits, and so that was like compounding with all of this. And so that was what I thought was playing high. Not at all what's playing high.
God.
So I had like developed almost like a sax embouchure. Like I was trying to like go like wet part of the top lip to bottom lip. And I was like doing this. It was weird. And like the higher I went, the worse it got. And so you just saw none of my bottom lip. And Scott was like, yeah, that's really bad. We need to fix that.
I just love, I don't know, man. Anybody that walks up to you and just like, like change like, the
Everything.
biggest part of what you're doing right there. And it's like, you have to be the right person for you to go, oh, change it.
Oh, like hey, everything?
Like change it. Okay, yeah. Instead of, like, no.
Yeah,
this is how I play.
I had spent like all of spring training feeling like garbage because like I was the worst of the best. I was bad. I was the last one on the field, and our alternate had to leave because of life reasons. And I was like, I'm terrible. I'm really bad. And this was just like the one thing that I had. I was like, I can
So
play from this register to this register, these notes, I'm good. And then Scott was like, yeah, you can't do that. And I was just like, no! It was bad. It was so bad. And then eventually, so our caption head came over, and we had a talk like the next day, and it was between me and this trumpet that we had called in because we needed a mellow alternate spot filled in. And he came in and was like, hey, so it's between you two as far as who's going to be the alternate.
Yeah.
And I was like, ugh, I just spent all this time. I'm now like feeling total garbage.
Right.
Now my embouchure's mixed up, and now I'm about to be an alternate. It was a rough day. It was a rough day. Now, granted, Derek was in the right. Like, I couldn't play. So he was like, yeah, so.
Bet you fixed the embouchure.
I did. So what's funny is if you ever talk about like a horn embouchure change, there's a lot of like principal horns. There's a few that have gone through an embouchure change and then their whole careers are done. Like fixing an embouchure is not only like a time-inducing thing, but it's also like it can be super detrimental to what you've already built up. And then you're not even at the level that you were.
Yeah.
So it could really ruin careers. And Scott was like, that is the fastest embouchure change that I've ever seen. And I was like, score!
Feels good.
Let's go! I was so excited. Granted, I was still bad. But, yeah, I fixed the embouchure. And I was trying to play squish horn, looping this back around. Look at that seamless transition.
Seamless.
I was trying to play squish horn, and I didn't know whether it was squish horn that was the problem or it was literally just my embouchure.
Right.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what?
Imagine having that little confidence in yourself. You have a horn just mangled. Your head's turned. And
Yeah,
you're just
like, I
is
literally-
the horn bad or is it me?
Is it me? I just truly, like, that's where I was, man. That's where I was. It was a rough time for quite a while. For, like, most of the season, I was just not good. I was just not good. Granted, being in a world-class drum corps, especially, like, the elite top 3, and then being a rookie, like, if you're not up to par, it's really hard to transition, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people come straight out of high school and try out for drum corps, and a lot of people are really good and they get it.
Yeah.
I actually tried out the first time and then went again.
Yeah, because you
and-
didn't make world class.
No, I was still bad.
Standards high.
I was still bad. I was still garbage. I
Hey, man,
think
Most people, when they're told, like I said, just change everything, start over. Good on you for being like.
oh no, don't
Screw-
compliment me for that. I was still bad.
I mean, like me personally, like if somebody told me, just restart, just make it harder, I would have
Just
been like,
do everything.
I would have been
differently.
like, no.
well,
Nah,
you don't want to do drum corps anyways.
don't want to do that.
Yeah, this is why we brought you on. This is why you're my co-host.
Second opinion.
Second of it.
Don't listen.
Hey, you
don't
know that
listen to
thing
it,
that
don't
you dedicated your life to? I don't like it.
Don't do it.
Don't want to do it. Yo, if you're out there and you are a drum and bugle corps and you're looking for a solo trombone,
Hey,
just William Anger.
I will come in, but I will not play any other instrument
Yeah,
besides
facts.
trombone.
So you just won't march.
Yeah, just get me in there just to play the trombone.
Are you not gonna you wouldn't do college band?
No.
Why not?
I feel like I've dedicated a lot of my life to an instrument, and I've gotten little to nothing out of it besides relationships. And I like to think that I'm better now at building relationships with people. I don't need like an entryway. If you want to be just 100% honest, like I'd got nothing from it besides
What do you mean?
cool people.
Did you not get scholarships for it?
No,
No?
because I didn't apply anywhere because
That's right.
I'm lucky enough. I got this freaking
Oh, you got a
bonkers
Yeah, you
scholarship. I just wrote like a ton of essays,
stupid.
and it's like $25,000 from just this association, and
Dang.
I'm going to somewhere cheap, so I'm getting paid to go to college, baby. Let's go.
That's nice.
Thanks, Mom, for being poor.
That's a good reason to thank your mom for sure.
I feel so bad for those people that are like in that area where it's like you're not poor enough to get the really good scholarships, and you're not rich enough where your mom could just be like, yeah, go to college.
Oh yeah, no,
So
that's
bad.
where I was.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna have to pay for this myself. Yeah, Ethan's making faces over there. Yeah, he's definitely in the same boat.
So whack. I feel so bad, but thankfully my mom works at a gas station.
Looky there, boom.
Free drinks, hot dogs,
Facts.
college.
I will
Let's go.
say those drinks were really good.
Thanks, Mom.
What did we do? There
Vitamin
was like
water?
there was vitamin water, and then there was
Cherry
like an
limeade and
energy
Sprite.
drink that you guys had.
Oh,
that was on tap.
We used to have Full Throttle on tap. It was crazy.
I hated Full Throttle, but I did it anyways.
Yeah, on tap, dude. You can't get better than that. 99 cents for big. I don't know how much. I was gonna try to say the ounces, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Yeah. Big for 8 ounces. 8 ounces of Full Throttle, bro.
8 ounces of big.
Bro, you need 8 ounces of big.
Oh, that's a brand right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Come down to the store and get yourself some big.
It's like that. Okay, I don't know who the guy is, but he really I don't know. He annoys me. He's a big jacked dude with a beard, and he just screams in all of his videos. And he got yeah, Ethan knows who I'm talking about. He just screams in all of his videos, and he got sponsored by Steel. I don't know. I think they're some sort of company, and the whole video is just him being like, "You need a pre-workout. Try all of it," and it's just "Geez, dude, what are you doing?"
I've never heard of the company Steel, so it's a lot funnier to think that this big dude just got sponsored by a metal. The metal steel.
Oh my god!
I'm the embodiment of steel.
And he's not the epitome of
real steel.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. He's big. But are you the epitome of athleticism? You know, you're just a meathead, bro.
You're just mad, bro.
Granted, I don't know him. I haven't really.
I'm sure he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's probably all right. He makes some terrible videos, but it's
hey,
okay,
man,
I guess.
He makes more money than you.
That is facts.
He has a sponsor.
Well, what if he just doesn't get any money?
What if he just gets steel?
Just
we're gonna pay you in pre-workout, yeah. And metal.
And metal.
Just pre-workout and just
bro, you need a crowbar? Here you go.
No,
God,
it's not even
really
it's not even useful tools. It's just
metal.
Blocks of steel.
Well, no, they just give you scraps.
Liquidated.
Bro, actually, speaking of sponsors, we don't have one. If you want to be one, contact us. The Sandbag Show at gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Not a sponsor. Actually, we are our own sponsors. It was really funny. I forget, somebody was texting me and they were like, "Bro, how are you making this podcast? Blah blah blah." And they're like, "Do you have any sponsors yet?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "We gotta pay for our own money. We gotta pay all this. What are you talking about?"
We didn't have an episode yet.
No, legit. It was really funny because there were so many people on Instagram. They were like, "Where can we find this?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'm sorry."
I'm so glad to have good friends, man.
Yeah, I teased a lot of people. I started on Monday, and the episode literally didn't come out until Friday.
Yeah, my girlfriend is it's tell me as soon as it drops, I'm gonna be the first one.
There's been a lot of people that told me that, and I'm like, I don't know how true that is. This is a terrible show. Why would you watch it?
It's the Sandbag Show.
The Sandbag Show. Should we explain it? We're not gonna explain the name. You can figure it out
We'll
yourself.
explain it eventually.
I mean, eventually.
We're just sandbagging, baby.
Maybe. I want to change it up. I know you have the outline on there. I'm totally changing it. Let's talk about buses. So, if you guys, this is a call out. If you guys have bus stories, funny bus stories, please send us in. DM us on any social that you have, or email us again. thesandbagshow at gmail.com. We got some good bus stories. I want to start out with you and me were in the same high school, and we rode public school buses to get to every away game that we went to. On the ride back, this was before they had cameras. This is before they were super strict on rules.
Well, they had cameras.
But they didn't check them.
They didn't.
No.
No.
And this was sophomore year, freshman year for me. You may not have been in.
A lot of years for me, man.
Yeah. When did you start high school, by the way? Not high school, sorry.
Yeah.
High school band.
You
start in 7th grade?
I started, okay, so quick story. I wanted to do football, but I also wanted to march. And, they say, middle school and high school is where you're supposed to try stuff out. And I knew I liked band. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try football. And I sprained both my ankles on the same day in 7th grade. And so I didn't march and I didn't play football.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was.
That's really funny.
I was so, I remember I sprained both my ankles on the same day and they continued to practice on sprained ankles for a week and a half. Because, when you're in middle school, you're like, yeah, my ankles hurt. And they're just like,
that's
okay.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it was so whack. I wanted to march so bad. But no, I started in 8th grade.
Okay. Yeah, we were a high school that we didn't go to competitions, so we didn't really care about the rules. I literally recently learned that in nationals for high school marching band, you can't have, it's only high school musicians that can be a part of the band. So we literally marched 7th and 8th graders because our high school is so small. Yeah, we'd be illegal. We'd have a 2-person band
of 7th and 8th graders too.
We
a
do.
good amount.
Actually,
a
this
third.
is, I don't know if this is the best way, but it's probably because, everyone's just so much better that it's like, how could you? All of our 7th and 8th graders, right to the pit. Right to the pit.
Right to the pit.
Yeah, mainly just because, like, I don't know, marching and playing at the same time that young is kind of hard in general.
The pit. Okay. I wasn't following for a second. You said just send him to the pit. I was like, geez. What is this pit?
Bro, you march? Come on now.
I was just a little confused. I was like, where do we keep the pit? Why am I not seeing the pit?
Is this something we should address? God,
Did we
really
spend
funny.
budget on the pit?
Good grief. What were we talking about? Buses.
Buses.
So again, same high school, went to away games on public school buses before cameras. Do you remember seat surfing?
I wasn't personally a part of seat surfing. I've always been.
You weren't?
I've been I'm a large kid. I've always been.
I swear you were a part of seat surfing.
I was a part of the opposite of seat surfing, where sleeping on the ground and waking up 2 seats back because you just slid in your seat, and you're cool with it, man, and everybody around you's cool with it. Oh, look, there goes William.
Well, what's interesting too is like high school, you only had like one person that would sleep in the floor because no one else, like, it was just like a high school thing. Ew, that's gross.
Yeah.
Bleh. And it was like we didn't have that long of rides. But in drum corps, like, that's all you do is sleep on the floor. Like, you literally walk over bodies. Like, every time we hit a rest stop, you can't see the front of the bus. We sat on the very back of the bus. By the way, back of the bus, a vet bus 2019 was lit. You can't tell me otherwise. Sorry, I just had to do a quick shout out. You couldn't see the front of the bus from where we were, and you literally just had to climb over bodies. And it wasn't like they were all on the floor. They were like across seats. They were above seats. And so like literally you had to do this like obstacle course to get through. It was ridiculous. And you didn't want to wake anyone up,
Right?
So I don't know.
Who wants to be that guy?
Seat surfing was great though, because did you like that? That was a
great though.
Yeah, excuse me, gotta get deep voice. Look at there, voice crack on the first episode. Seat surfing was great. We this is super dangerous. Don't ever do this. We would climb up because they had those big seats, and they were just like they were one thing. They weren't like separate 2-seaters, and they were all leather too.
Yeah.
And we would literally like plank on the top of the seat. And we would ride it. So like every brake stop, you would go forward a little bit. Or if we like wanted to see our friends, we'd like lay on our bellies and climb over seats. God, I swear that you were a part of that.
No,
that
man.
was so much fun.
I'm too big, man.
I swear you would have done.
I would have been caught immediately.
Yeah. We had to. I don't know. We slid away from a lot of chaperones.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. Facts.
whole nother story for a whole nother day.
Facts. I actually, so I teched for, again, same high school. Shout out to them. I went back after my first season in drum corps, and like no one cares about bus rules in drum corps. It's like you have a couple that's like, hey, don't be stupid, and
Right.
like if you could, don't stand up while we're driving. But like,
If you could.
yeah, we're all adults, so it's like if you die, it's like, whatever, you know. So like they're not technically responsible for you.
Oh man, high school's a different story.
It
man.
is. You're like on lockdown. It's like a
Boys
prison.
on this side, girls on this side.
That was terrible.
Can't roll the windows down.
No, can't touch anything. It's like just sit with your feet. It was so bad. Like you couldn't like sleep anywhere.
I'm just
It's just really hard.
so hesitant to get into my bus story for the day because
Okay, you know what? Tell your bus story.
I don't want to, man. I wrote it down and I just keep shivering every time I see it. So my bus story is just it. I would have to say it's like the grossest thing I have personally seen, like with my eyes. You know, everybody
With my
we've all
eyes.
seen stuff on the internet that we don't like to talk about, but just in person.
What do you look up on the internet?
I'm just saying, you know, it happens.
You sure?
You've been on the internet,
All right, whatever.
worldwide.
Worldwide.
Anyway, we've all played Truth or Dare, so we've all played Truth or Dare on buses.
Good grief.
Usually. And there's this one kid, I didn't even know his name. So I participated in what is called All-State. If you don't know what that is, it's just where kids from all of the state audition for a band, and, you know, you get chosen. And
They have different names for that for every state, so it's like really weird. All state or all district. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's whatever. Anyway,
I don't know.
we shared a bus with other schools in the county because I guess it's cheaper.
Like money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know this kid. There was only like 2 people on that bus that I actually knew, and we were all playing Truth or Dare. And I would have to say, this is the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life. He was dared to lick the floor of the bus. Already bad. But there are several places of the floor of the bus.
Yeah.
There's under the seats. There's the aisle.
Yeah.
But you know those creases. Those creases on the bus floor,
God,
man.
that's disgusting.
It's just, I just watched it, and it's so vivid. It just seems like I don't know. I feel like I'm creating
god-awful.
images in my head that just aren't real. Like
he's
oh my god, man.
like
he just
in the crevice.
Yeah, man, he
like,
went for it. Like mad props. Like he won. I was done after that. There's no way. How do you top that? Oh,
You've done a lot of stupid things. I feel
think-
like you would have done that.
I don't think I've ever just like been willing to die just on a bus.
What do you mean die?
Are you crazy, man?
It's in the bottom of the bus. It's fine.
This is a public school bus, my friend.
That's not that bad.
Not happening. I've seen it all, but
I feel like we've licked worse things.
no, there's no way. The crevice of a school bus, I don't think there's anywhere that I would rather, that anything that you could tell me to lick that I would do over that. That I wouldn't do over that, excuse me. Like,
Wow.
that is like the bottom of my list.
Really?
It's a public school bus. The only thing that can make it worse if it was like a public like transportation bus.
Oh, yeah. No. That's
Like,
where you die.
Lick the poles. Oh my god.
That's terrible.
I can't do it, man. I'm
That's
like
really
the
bad.
weirdest germaphobe ever. It's like there's just certain things that I can't
But
deal
you've
with.
done so many
Yeah.
terrible things.
I can't do it. Like
I
I'll
don't
dr-
understand that.
I'll drink after certain people sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah, man, I'm weird about it.
That's weird to me because you've done, I don't know, knowing you for this long, I did not realize that.
I had fun in middle school.
But you didn't lick the
I
bus
didn't
floor.
lick the bus floor. I didn't do it.
God, that's awful.
Phew.
Ugh.
I remember it so vividly because it was 7th grade year.
That's awful.
Everybody always says that their middle school was like so much worse than high school, and it's like they always like senior year was the best, or whatever.
Yeah.
7th grade year was the best year of my life. There's no doubt about it, man.
Really?
Yeah, you can't top 7th grade year for me.
Were you around us at that point?
I was
Like the group in high school that we had?
you weren't a part of what is considered the group at the time, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it was
Oh, wow.
before, man.
Wow. Looky there. Was this like, were we friends at that point? No.
No, because that was, remember the concert 7th grade year? You turned around, told me you hated me.
Oh, okay. That was 7th grade year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you just started.
Wow. Okay.
Been a long time, man.
Word. Facts. I just don't remember not being your friend. I remember there was like life and then you.
Life.
Ethan, for our next thing, we're going to pull up some clips. Can you pull up, I don't know, just go to Google Drive. We'll look at it. So my seat partner, and he won't care if I mention his name, Alex Garcia, one of my favorite people on planet Earth. Actually, no. Just pull up the image on the very right. So we set up the system. In drum corps, you got to like wash your clothes. You got to do a lot of things. And we went to a laundry block, and we had, as you can see, it was just a rundown place. We were out in the middle, like nowhere. I don't even know what state we were in, but it was terrible. It was really bad. We don't care. We're in drum corps. We do whatever.
Right.
And so we found this washer, and we put our stuff in it. We have like 2-3 hours for laundry, and this thing went on for an hour and a half. Usually people get all of their laundry done in like an hour and a half, and we were still in the washer. And it hadn't stopped. It hadn't slowed down. We're like, what is this? And so Alex was like, bro, let's just take our clothes out and let's just call it. And I was like, bro, it's probably on its ending cycle.
You
And I
would
was
have
like,
to think.
Yeah. And that was like 45 minutes in, then an hour. And then he was like, bro, just take them out. And I was like, no, because there's still water in there. We're going to get it everywhere. Hour and a half goes by. And good grief. Yeah, so eventually Alex was like, I'm done.
Get my clothes out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
washer.
And so, again, we partnered up. We spent like half the money, split it, put all of ours in one washer.
Right.
And so these are his clothes, too. And he was like, we're taking them out. And we took them out, and it was like a pool. Like, it just like, I don't know if you can see it. It's not great
Splat.
detail, but there's like, I don't know. There's like this big puddle of water. And like, it literally went all over the mark.
my God,
all
dude.
over, dude. All over. And so, like, there was a lot of people there that were like, I'm going to clean all of my clothes. So they're in like some random shorts and like a tank top and like slides. And but for me, I was fine. I got shoes on. I'm always going to wear shoes. It's good. But there was people like just stepping in our laundry water. It was so bad. And then we put them in the dryer and they didn't dry.
Yeah.
And we put them on for like as long as we could.
How many
And then,
how many people you think have fell victim to that washer and that laundromat?
Oh, I don't know. Before it was fixed?
Oh, jeez.
I have no clue. Well, it was funny. Like, we come in packs, and
Yeah.
the core director is like, hey, we'll split you by bus so that we don't overrun a laundry room. We still overrun laundry places. And we went in, and that lady was just like, she had no idea what to do. She was like a deer in headlights, and she was just like,
There's water.
Yeah, she was like, water's coming out everywhere.
There's
and we
water
were
all
like,
over the
we're
place.
so sorry, but we were also like, we gotta bounce.
The show must go on.
Yeah. We got shows to do. I don't know if you know us, but
Kind of a
So,
big deal
yeah.
to be in your laundromat right now.
Yes. Do you want our autographs while we're at it? Do you want a piece of our clothing?
I'll fix your washer.
Yeah. Horn mechanics. New
yeah,
business.
Baby. How many screwdrivers you got?
Yeah. They're all the same screwdrivers, just different sizes. Yeah, no, we put them in the dryer and they didn't dry. And the funny thing is that like we went to our rehearsal site with wet clothes. Like we had nowhere to put them. Like we had a separate rehearsal site for where we were sleeping that night.
Mm-hmm.
And so like we had to drive to and from, and we just had this big bag of clothes.
Just wet clothes.
Yeah. And what was terrible too is that it ended up raining. Our bus ended up getting cleaned because it was broken. And so like all of our stuff, including our laundry, was everywhere. And so staff is like going nuts because they're like, we got a broken down bus. We got all these materials.
There are clothes
Yeah.
everywhere.
And then we were worried. We were like, bro, we didn't check everything that was on the bus. Like, is that bus going to come back? And they're like, you're going to get your stuff or whatever. People lost, like, they didn't lose, like, valuable things. But, yeah, it was really weird. Everything, like, garbage bags everywhere. It was terrible. I remember Christopher Drake, such a good admin for our core. And he was like, you know what? I'll take him back at some point, and I'll get him dried. What a saint of a man. But, yeah, Alex was pissed. Pull up the video. That was really good. Alex is so angry. Pull up the... Yeah, that one was good. I don't know if you
Hey
can.
Alex, how are you liking your laundry block?
It's so loud.
How long has it taken so far? An hour? Yeah. That's not that bad.
It takes like half.
I think you're overreacting.
Alex has this good face. He's always just like...
Oh, I'm overreacting.
He was like,
I
these
think
are my
you need
clothes too.
You need to be quiet.
Yeah.
And get my clothes out of the washer.
I'm surprised I wasn't killed by that man, honestly. If I'm going to be real. Like, I was terrible. I was just a bad bus partner. Seat partner.
You're just kind of bad.
Yeah. I'm just a bad human. For sure. For sure. Yeah, dude. Laundry blocks, man. So, note to self. One, if you're going to do laundry, team up. Go to a laundry that you know that works. Probably wait for one. That's probably the best idea. If you're at the front of the bus, you'll get to laundry sooner. But if you're the back of the bus, which I recommend, you could just chill out, eat first, not have to worry about all these frantic people running around, and then you just slip into the very end. It's good. Know how to do your laundry.
I just do my laundry at my house. Usually.
I just do it in my house because, you know.
No line.
No line. Looky there.
If it breaks, I buy a new one.
Buying a yes,
I
along
guess.
with the expensive ass mattress you have.
Hey man, like I said, it's the best investment ever.
Really, though?
I'll never take it back.
How long are you gonna keep that thing?
A minimum of 10 years.
Wow,
Minimum.
that's a hard. What if something happens to it?
You won't.
Oof.
That's
gonna
a
be
William guarantee.
like a William guarantee?
Smack it on there.
I don't know how.
I need to get a sticker.
Just a WG.
Just like smack it on horns. Like it's fixed.
It's fixed. Put it like right on the bell. Hi man, you ain't gonna get that sticker off, but that horn's fixed. Good grief.
I
That's
used
terrible.
Gorilla Glue. I made it myself.
I grew my own Gorilla Glue.
Grew it.
I don't know. Dude, if you don't know, so we're recording, but we also live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, so we're around a ton of hicks. It's our favorite accent to use. If you haven't noticed, we like make fun of rednecks. Sorry if you are one.
It's a feel good accent.
It is. It's like wholesome. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like
I
when
really
When I think of, there's a difference between being southern and being like country.
country?
Yeah, there's a difference between being southern and being country. Because when you're country, it's like those are the guys with the trucks and the flags and the whatever, and it's like you do you. But I feel like southern is like, you just moved in and I baked you a casserole And we have
yeah, yeah.
barbecues, and I wear dresses, and we go to church on Sunday.
I actually had like an argument with someone in drum corps because they went to they live in Oklahoma, or they live in like I don't know, Louisiana or somewhere. Not Louisiana. It was definitely Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
And they were like, I don't know. I was complaining about the South, and they were like, "We live in the South too. We live in Oklahoma." And I was like, "That's not the South." And they were like, "Dude, it's on the border." And I was like, "No. That's not Southern. That's totally not Southern."
It's official. If your McDonald's serves sweet tea, I'll consider you South. Because I've recently learned that there are McDonald's where if you ask for a sweet tea, they're like, "What? We have lemonades."
That's really weird.
Raspberry. Yeah. So I don't care if you're friggin' on the border of Canada. If your McDonald's has sweet tea, you can be a part of us.
You're Southern.
Oh my God. Imagine a McDonald's not having sweet tea. The sweet tea McDonald's isn't good.
No, it's not.
But
it's
the fact
terrible.
the fact that it's there.
Yeah.
I know where I'm at.
I remember making sweet tea like in the restaurant that I worked at. It was just like I poured like a whole gallon of sweet tea in there, or a whole gallon of sugar in there. It was ridiculous.
So
it was terrible. Yeah, hi man, you ain't Southern unless you got sweet tea at your Chick-fil-A.
At your Chick-fil-A.
Hi man. Is Chick-fil-A a Southern thing? I feel like that's everywhere though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's everywhere.
I've only ever been in the South, so everything's a Southern thing to me, to be honest.
How far have you been? You've been to Texas.
Yeah. Until if you take out the past 5 years of my life, I never left Georgia and Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
So in the past 5 years, I've been to Florida twice, been to Texas, and then
well, that's technically all Southern.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah, and you were in Texas for like a couple days.
Yeah, 4 days.
4 days. That was to see me, right?
Oh, dude, I went to Texas twice.
Oh, okay, word.
I saw you.
Oh, that's right. You went to the
I saw my granddad when he was put on hospice.
Oof, that's a rough story.
Hey.
Have you heard Texas country? Like the music Texas country?
Oh,
it's
I don't.
Bad.
I don't listen to.
It's
country
bad.
music.
Okay, so I have a tech. Maybe he's listening. I don't know. He's from Texas, and he put on some good old Texas country. It's weird. It's not country.
They're too proud to be from where they're from.
It's so weird. I don't get it. It's listen to both. Listen to okay, if you're not from the South or Texas, you're not going to know. If you're not a country person. I hate country personally. But like if you listen to them side by side, they're garbage.
Yeah, man.
I don't like Texas country.
The only Texas country song I've heard is on SpongeBob from Sandy.
How does that go again? You mind singing us?
No, thank you.
No, okay. All right, whatever. Okay, well, I think that's it. I think that's all we got. Thank you all for listening. If you got recommendations or you got people you want us to interview, hit us up. We got social everywhere. We got Gmail, the Sandbag Show at gmail.com. Social is the Sandbag Show. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram's probably going to be our main hub, if I'm going to be real. Also, for all the musicians out there, I know you heard our intro. You're probably going to hear our outro. Super lo-fi, copyright free. If you want to make us an intro or you want to like send us something, or if you're just good at your instrument, send us something. I don't know, like tag us. We want to see that. We're musicians. Maybe not William.
We just want you to send us stuff, man.
Same thing with artists. I know we got our little sandbag boys there. I call them boys. I don't know what they are. They're little sand dudes.
Sandbag homies.
Yeah, homies. There you go. Dude, do some fan art. We don't care. Do something for us. That'd be legit.
Just do something.
I don't know.
Make
Tag us. We want to see it. We want to send all your stuff. Yeah, we'll give you a shout out on the page. Maybe some merch. I don't know. We don't have any merch right now, but eventually. But hey, if you're listening, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. If you want to see our faces and what we look like, we look terrible, but whatever. You can see us. You can see this lovely Shaco that we got here and this terrible set that we're on. But
it's a nice set. I like it.
It's okay set.
Cozy.
Yeah, there's like some marks on the wall and like the ceiling's caving in, but it's fine. It's whatever. You can also try this out. We want to see this. If you have an Amazon Alexa, ask it for the Sandbag Show or any version of the Sandbag Show. See if you can pull it up, because I feel like we're on Amazon Alexa as well. That would be dope. Send us a video of that. That's awesome.
It made me feel good if I saw that.
You going country again?
Going full southern.
Southern. My bad. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're also on Stitcher as well. We don't have the logo up, but hey, we're there. We're anywhere you find podcasts. But join us. Yeah, we got a second episode coming next week.
Stop by.
Same time. I don't know. If you want to see more of us, our terrible antics, and our personal lives, you can find me at Kendall McNelly anywhere. My main thing's Instagram, so that's where the show's going to be. That's where I'm going to be. You can find William in person.
You can find me on the Sandbag Show.
You're probably not going to post on that.
Same time next week.
Yeah, looky there.
I do not have social media.
Yeah, you're like elusive.
I have never had social media. It's not like I deleted it for whatever.
I just feel like you don't want to maintain the high professional standard that we have on the show.
It's a lot more than that.
Or you're just a terrible person.
I just
and
don't
you don't
want
want to reveal it.
I don't want to maintain. Just
maintain it all. I just don't want to do it.
people didn't know I was here, and they're like, "Oh, William got married, had 2 kids." That's what I'm talking about.
You're just gonna.
I don't even have Facebook.
You have nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Did you have like the remind texts from like the band or anything?
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
No.
You just
I've
had Snapchat.
I had Snapchat in high school for like.
Oh yeah,
just
that's right.
A few
You don't
people,
have anything.
A few people who like needed. They didn't have any other way to text. They used online.
You know what? We should just give you William's coordinates. We'll just give you like a
Just my
longitude and a latitude.
coordinates.
If you just want to fly in there.
Follow me at longitude.
That's fine. That's everything, you lovely people. We'll see you next week. Bye.